She's a world champion athlete who's known for her speed and wanting to become the best in her sport. Joining me now is Melanie Hawtin. She's a Paralympic wheelchair athlete. Melanie, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So let me know, how are you doing? How are you and your family doing? We're all trying to survive through COVID. How is it going for you?
Yeah, no, these are, tough times for everybody. Everybody's going through it. So, I have to say that everything for me has been going pretty smoothly. With our wheelchair basketball national team, the coaches, the staff, my teammates, we've all been kind of collaborating, trying to, do Zoom workouts together, for example. So yeah, no, everything honestly is going pretty well for me. I'm pretty lucky.
And I see that you guys are also using some humor to get through these times. I saw a video on Twitter from Wheelchair Canada, and you guys were asking each other questions about your personality, and it looked like you were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think during these times, especially, bringing out humor, is a way of, maybe hopefully brightening someone's day that's having a tough day, going through these tough times. So yeah, I think it was a lot of fun to make those videos with my teammates. So yeah.
I know you got into wheelchair racing, I think at the age of 5.
Yes, I did.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the transition throughout your sports career? I know you went from wheelchair racing to wheelchair basketball. So tell me a little bit about how that came about.
Yeah, so I started at the age of 5 doing track and field, and about 7 years ago, I made the switch to wheelchair basketball, and that started because I had a surgery, and I wasn't able to continue with track. I was having complications, and for about a year there, I was trying to really figure it out because track was uh, everything that I've ever known in my life. I was always a high performance athlete, and that's something I wanted to continue. So it was a struggle about for a year, and the local sports club that I belong to, uh, the Golden Horseshoe Disabled Sports Association, they offer wheelchair basketball. And throughout, the years, I had filled in for the team, wheelchair basketball team, when they didn't have enough athletes. And I didn't know the sport. I came from track. I just knew how to go fast. I didn't understand, you know, everything that is involved, like the skills that you have to play wheelchair basketball. But yeah, so after I had my surgery, the coach, the local coach, he said, "Hey, come out and play basketball just to keep in shape and have some fun and see if, if that's something that you're able to do." And I was. And so I continued to evolve from there.
For athletes, traveling and getting to see the world and a different type of education is really a part of being a high performance athlete and someone who's had the opportunity to do that. Can you talk about what that opportunity means to you? I know you've been to Japan and also Brazil.
Yes, yeah, no, we get the opportunity to travel all around the world, and Germany, Netherlands, Great Britain, Japan. I went to Brazil. It's absolutely amazing opportunity, and it opens up your mind to different cultures, and that's what I'm so grateful for. Um, just to be able to see how other people live around the world, and how they function and things like that. And it's interesting because when you travel so much, you kind of, for me, I kind of bring those things home. And when I see my friends and family that aren't involved in sports or get the opportunity to travel, they're like, "Where did you learn that from?" And I'm like, "It must be from one of the countries that I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time in." And yeah, so I'm so grateful for all those opportunities.
And let's kind of talk about, dealing with disappointment, dealing with change. You sound like a very resilient person. I know, unfortunately, last year you weren't able to go to Peru for the games, and another one of your colleagues stepped in. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you got through that, and who maybe in your circle or maybe it's family was able to help you kind of get through dealing with that?
Yeah, no, that had been the biggest struggle for the past 2 years of my life and my career as a basketball player. Just really feeling like I couldn't perform at my best for 2 years was very very difficult. And I'm still working through this recovery of surgery, and it's teammates, it's coaches, it's your friends, your family. It's not just one person that's going to get you through these tough situations. It's everybody supporting me along the way. It's been a journey, and I wouldn't be where the spot that I'm at right now if it wasn't for all of those people and the community, honestly, really having my back and supporting me.
And I'm sure your story is going to be it is impactful and inspiring to other young girls who might want to get into wheelchair basketball. Do you do any coaching or mentoring, or how do you continue to use your platform and what you've accomplished to encourage girls to get into sports?
Yeah, you know what? It's very, very important for me to give back in any capacity. That's something that I really take to heart, because I have been given this huge, huge opportunity. I do feel a huge importance for me to teach other people and to give them the same opportunity that I've been given. So I don't currently coach, but I come out and I help out with junior programs, because I really love to get involved with the newer and up and coming athletes and really teaching them the basics. I love high performance. I love it. But just to be able to see an athlete that is brand new, has never seen the sport before, and just to be able to give them little goals, little tips on, skills and drills that they can do. And then to see them take that home and then see them, a month or two down the road and see how much they've improved, that gives me so much satisfaction. And just to see like the satisfaction that it gives them, I love that so much.
And tell me a little bit about what your favorite experience has been so far, whether it was in wheelchair basketball or just wheelchair racing.
I always say when somebody asks me this, it's honestly making the national team, and also making the national team, but being allowed the opportunity to train at the National Academy. It's been such an honor, and without that opportunity to train at the National Academy, I would not be the athlete I am today.
And tell me a little bit more about your team around you, your coaches. We're now seeing that sports organizations are trying to hire more women in coaching. Tell me a little bit about your coaching team and the people around you.
We have such a great, we call them IST staff, like they're our support staff. They're fabulous. I love them so much. And even like during this time, we're all connecting together, like we're all collaborating. It's so great to see this. And yeah, it is very important to have women involved in these positions. And we need to see that a lot more. And if I can use my platform to, promote that, then I would love to do that.
And tell me a little bit about your training. I know obviously the Olympics in Tokyo were postponed until 2021. I know the Paralympics will take place in 2021 as well. Talk to us a little bit about your training regimen, or what are you doing right now during COVID to continue to work out and go through the process of training with what you have at home, to ensure that next year you'll still be in top form.
Yeah, so for me right now, we're just, like I was saying, we're collaborating with each other, all coaches, all staff, all athletes. We're all just collaborating, and we're coming up with training programs. And we have great resources, and it may be different for each of us of what we have available in our homes, but we're making the best of it. And I think that we can't get caught up on like, oh, well, we don't have access to this. We don't have access to this. There's people in this world that don't have access to these things on a regular basis. And so we really have to come together and just compromise and, make adjustments. And we're doing the best that we can. And we are going to be better in a year's time.
And I want to segue a little bit to your own personality and your other interests outside of wheelchair basketball. I hear that you are really into fashion. So, how are you using fashion in your life, whether as a hobby or just something that you're interested in? So, how are you sort of keeping up with that world?
I think my love for fashion comes from my brother, honestly. He's so much into fashion, and I just took a big interest. And it's just kind of like a social thing for, my brother and I to, oh, go look at a shop and see, what's coming out next. And yeah, I just took a big interest in that. And I have a lot of respect for the business side of fashion.
And is there anything else coming up with you that you'd like to share with our viewers, or any type of organization that you're supporting during this time that you want to share?
I think it's just for me, because I've been recovering from surgery. It's just stay tuned to see how I make the progressions, and hopefully I will be in Japan for the Tokyo Paralympics. I really hope to be there representing my country, and yeah, I'm just trying to really do my part in staying home during this, very important time. And it's very important that we all follow the guidelines of the government, and that's how we can do our part. If we are not able to donate money or resources to these organizations, then we can do our part in staying home.
And how else can we find out what's going on with you? What's your Instagram, or are you on Facebook?
Yes, I'm on all social media, and it's just at Melanie Hawtin. That's across the board on all social media.
Well, we thank you so much for giving us your time and your patience today. I know you'll be great next year when Japan comes around. Good luck with all your training, and stay safe and healthy.
Thank you so much for having me. Stay safe.